A Manchester horror story animated by Llama Arts. I'm going to turn
This is a story about how I became a 30-year-old male who is secretly afraid to be outside after dark. I live in Manchester, in the UK, and it's widely regarded as a relatively safe and multicultural city. Good transport, friendly locals, and plenty to do.
I've never been to Manchester. See, I think I've been to Liverpool, Birmingham, London. Never been to Newcastle either, actually. You know, the main cities of the UK. I should go exploring, really.
I don't
York's a good place.
live there anymore, but I'm proud to
He doesn't sound like he's from Manchester. Yeah. Hello, I'm from the UK, and I was born and bred in Manchester. This is how we talk.
be from there, and I will always have one hometown. This took place in 2016. And at the time, I was working for a company that hired me to work on contracts.
Is it Mr. Nightmare who does the things? Kevin McLeod. So much Kevin McLeod. Oh my god. It doesn't say. Maybe it is
4, 6, sometimes even 8 months abroad, and then 2 or 3 months at home. So when I was home, I made sure to see family and friends as much as possible, whether it be meeting and playing video games, a drink at the bar, playing sports, or traveling together. The incident took place when I was on my way home after a night out drinking, and I write this 4 years on since it happened.
okay.
I still have PTSD from the incident, and think of this as my way of telling you all to be careful out there, as well as this being an opportunity for me to talk about it. Those who know Manchester know about its quite
I know
frankly
Manchester.
amazing tram system. It's affordable and easy to understand. There is a tram station right near to my apartment, just outside the city center. I had been back in the country for 7 days and arranged
Wrong apparel. I'll answer that after this video, mate.
to meet my friends in the city for a reunion of sorts, drinking, dancing, and catching up. You know how that goes. It's important to note at this point that at the time there was a homeless gentleman that adopted the tram stop near my apartment as his own. He would always sit at the top of the stairs leading down to the platform, and whenever I used the tram, I would always see him without fail.
It'd be good if I knew, like, because there's probably people who know where he's talking about. Like, I don't think he mentioned the station.
It had even gotten to the point where we exchanged a friendly nod to each other every time. But
Is
this
Piccadilly Circus? No, that's London, right? I'm thinking of
time
something
on the
else.
way to the city to meet my friends, everything changed. On any normal occasion, he would be sitting under the shelter at the top of the stairs, either asking passers-by for money or just saying hello. But as I approached the top of the stairs, around 20 to 30 meters away, I saw him, and he stood up straight, almost too straight, with his chest
His posture. He was working on a lot of yoga. So this was an improvement.
out, just glaring right at me in the most menacing way. His brow was furrowed, his jaw was clenched, and he was breathing heavily. I could see his chest rising up and down with speed from now 20 meters away. Maybe drugs was involved or something had angered him. Why me?
Maybe it was because
I
his
thought.
beard was the same
Now,
color as his
I'm
skin.
not the biggest guy in the world. I'm 6 foot and athletic, but I don't believe violence is the answer in any case. I'm not easily intimidated at all.
He
but
had a
the way
bulge.
this guy looked at me sent shivers down my
He
spine.
didn't have a bulge in
I
his
immediately
pants.
looked down after we made eye contact, and then looked ahead, because I thought maybe it was just a glance from him.
Maybe it's drugs.
Then I looked back at him again, when I was even closer and his eyes were still on me. This time they were wide, and he looked unhinged like he was ready to attack.
Oh damn.
I looked away again,
Fight.
because at this point I felt I had to ready and prepare myself for a potential confrontation with this guy.
Flawless victory.
When I was close to him, I looked back again, and he took a step forward,
Uh-oh.
watching my every move, looking me
coming at
up
you.
and down as if he was assessing my weaknesses. As I approached the top of the staircase, he was turning his head as I moved. I knew that this was not normal behavior from him, or anyone for that matter. I thought I have to address this, because he's freaking me out, So I stopped.
No, that's the
met
worst
his
thing.
gaze,
Mate, just get on with you. Just get on with it. He's having a bad day. Leave it there, right? Any kind of confrontation at this point is going to end badly.
and pointed
And
my...
quite frankly, it has, hasn't it? That's why you're telling this story. If you'd have just kept walking, kept yourself to yourself, okay? Why turn around and go, the fuck you looking at? To a homeless man. He's been through some shit. Yeah, it's weird when someone stares you out, but just move on, okay? It's fine.
my body towards him just before I went down the stairs, and I calmly asked him, "Is everything okay, mate? Can I help you with something?"
Oh, Americans saying mate. There's something weird about that. I don't know what it is, but it just sounds weird, doesn't it?
Nothing. I got absolutely nothing as he looked into my eyes. I could hear his fast breathing at this point through his nose, and he looked like he was having some sort of episode. So I moved on and quickly went down the stairs.
Yeah, it's like English people saying y'all. It doesn't sound right. Y'all better watch out, Queen.
What the fuck has gotten into this guy? I thought. I almost felt bad for him. At the
12
halfway
inch.
point of the stairs, I looked behind me to see him standing at the top.
Mate, just
looking
walk
down
on. Stop
directly
looking at
me
him.
Again. I could only describe the look he gave me as bone-chilling. He looked like a predator that had found his prey.
Or it's like an English guy saying homie. I feel like Americans can get away with saying homie, but it sounds very weird in English.
I kept moving as I didn't know if this guy had a weapon or what his intentions were at this point. When I got to the bottom of the stairs, I turned around again, and to my shock, he had walked 4 to 5 steps down, still standing and glaring at me with the same disturbed and angered look. He was clearly stalking me now. I could feel my heartbeat in my ears, and sweat was forming on my forehead and palms. Luckily for me, the platform was very busy, and the tram I needed to catch was approaching, so I quickly immersed myself amongst the crowd of people getting onto the tram.
All of them.
and
Look at
found a
that.
seat. Wouldn't you know it, when I sat down in the tram,
Oh my god, look at this Simpsons. Look at this Simpsons Easter egg here. Old man yells at cloud.
started moving. I looked back towards the bottom of the staircase, and there he was, just glaring at me with this horrific, sinister grin on his face.
He's like a weeping angel,
I
yeah.
did not feel safe. I felt targeted. His head moved and followed the tram, looking me in the eyes as we moved away. The entire journey to the city, I felt on edge, anxious, and all I could do was think about that guy. When I eventually got there, my friends automatically picked up on the fact that I seemed a little off, so I told them about the situation I was just in, which they just dismissed, saying that I was probably just being
Oh,
paranoid.
is he going to have to go back that way?
And that he'll be
He's gonna have
gone
to
by
go
the
back
time I
that
get
way.
back home. I agreed with them,
Mate,
because
you need a-
I realized that he is usually only there during the daytime, so I enjoyed the night. We all drank, laughed, and even met some cute girls. Before I knew it, I was hammered, to the point where I had to look at my phone with one eye closed. My balance was off, and I felt like I could throw up at
I've
any
been
second.
there. It's horrible, man.
It was around midnight and time to go home, so I said goodbye to my friends and arranged to meet the next weekend due to the success of this one. The last tram was approaching, and I had to run drunk as a skunk to make it in time.
Skunks
I
get
got
drunk.
onto the tram, and when I got a seat and caught my breath, I remembered what happened at the tram station on the way back to the city.
Uh-oh.
I felt sober suddenly, and I was honestly on the verge of an anxiety attack.
Adrenaline is the quickest way to sober up. You know, you could be drunk and then something weird happens, like someone gets hit by a car, or you know, you just like something just weird happens. It can sober you up like that. It's like the body's way of saying, right, you've had your fun. Let's quickly just get rid of all of this now.
Until I remembered that I never usually see the guy late at night, which was comforting for the remainder of my journey. The tram arrived at my stop and I got off. I just stood there for a second, surveying my surroundings. The platform was empty. The skies were clear, although dark. The air was warm, and the only sounds were the nearby traffic and the tram leaving the platform. I remember it like it was yesterday. I looked towards the bottom of the staircase and the platform leading to the street, and I took a deep breath. I approached the stairs and looked towards the top. Much to my relief, he wasn't there. Stage 1 over. Stage 2 was easy. get to my building, which was about 150 meters away from the stairs. As I slowly walked up the stairs, trying to make as little noise as possible, my heart was in my throat.
Jesus, this guy's heart's been in all the places it shouldn't be. It was in his ears, it was in his throat.
About was what I
You need to get that checked out, mate. That's what's traumatizing about this.
do if he was there. But I was
My heart was in my ass.
drunk and I didn't think fast enough. I arrived at the top.
That's the thing. You just said it there, Vamos. Overthinking. Overthinking can lead you. It can just lead you down a road that you just didn't need to go down. In your mind, you build up a scenario in your head. It doesn't happen, but you've just put your body through so much stress. You probably taken a year of your life off just by stressing over something that didn't even happen or might not even happen.
And look,
Here's the rule, guys, right? Live for now, forget the how, okay? I don't know where that came from, but it's stay present and control the things you can control. And if you can't control things outside your grasp, then it's meant to just let it happen. But you can control your thoughts and your actions, and that is what you should focus on.
look to my left, and what do you know? He's there. And as soon as I look at him, his head snaps, and he's looking me in the eyes with the same
Oh
terrifying
my god, he's still
look,
there? He was frozen in place. Icicles were coming off his nose.
almost foaming at the mouth like he's won a prize. He stands up slowly and turns to face his body towards me. At this point, I realized how tall he was. About 6'2", huge gray and dirty beard, almost skinny with a lean body type.
How long have they been staring at each other now? And then we kissed passionately. We made love all night.
I was almost pissing myself. So to break the tension, I just nodded at him and told him, "Good night, mate." And I walked on quickly towards my apartment.
God.
I suddenly heard a deep, hoarse voice say,
You're all to Rubio.
spare change?"
Fucking hell, that was a good voice.
Loud and obnoxious. Which I turned and replied quickly whilst I was walking backwards.
Whilst I was moonwalking.
"No, mate. Sorry. Have a good night, though." And walked on again.
Nah, mate. Sorry,
I was
mate.
free.
Sorry,
And
geez.
my anxiety was disappearing. All I was thinking about was getting to my building as fast as possible. Then, I heard what felt like the loudest, most aggressive voice ever. "Hey!" I stopped.
He sounds like freaking what's his name? Billy Butcher? Is that his name from The Boys?
And I turned around so fast because he made me jump and scared me. He was holding a knife, and it was pointed directly towards me.
Mate, I think it is Billy
The
Butcher.
nightmare scenario was playing out now, and I held my breath as he walked slowly towards me. I was definitely sober now, and I weighed up the options. I run and take a risk, or I start to negotiate with him.
Don't negotiate
I
with
thought,
him, mate.
There is
Run.
an ATM nearby. I can get some money and just go home.
No.
He was around 5 meters away, with the knife pointing towards me. I wasn't going to let myself die.
Should I go up close to him and expose my stomach to him and get stabbed? Is this what I have to do?
I like this.
You could just run, you know. No, I can't. I must take the knife.
He then
Jesus.
said, "I'm going to ask you again. Do you have any spare change?"
Nah, mate.
I couldn't tell whether I wanted to throw up or cry, but I had to get out of this situation. No one else was around that I could see or hear, and it was on me to get out of this. I said to him,
Oh, don't worry, because as Krav Maga teaches you, right, any knife attackers attack like this. So it's fine. You just have to do this, and that's all you got to do.
"Look, there is an ATM." I couldn't even finish my sentence because he had thrown the knife at my face.
It's been playing too much fucking Modern Warfare 2.
Just above my eye, cutting me on my eyebrow.
Oh my god.
Taking a chunk of skin clean off, and there was blood in my
Bruh,
eye.
this guy threw a knife. He threw a damn knife at him. But surely that means the knife landed on the floor. Pick it up.
Partially blinding me, and there was blood all over my face almost immediately.
I understand adrenaline kicks in at this point and you don't really think with logical thinking because you're too busy wanting to survive. But
I was blinded and breathless. I fell to one knee in
there,
shock,
look, the
and
knife.
I barely saw the knife in front of me on the ground through my drunken, shocked, and partially blinded state. So I reached for it as fast as I could. But it was too late. He had already picked it up and
Oh, you fucking... No, don't say it. Don't say it, Ryan. Just don't. What? The knife was in... He literally... All he had to do was... move. Oh, my God.
tackled me to the ground. I
Jesus
yelled.
Christ. He's turned into Mads Mikkelsen from freaking Doctor Strange.
The guttural and deep shout for help down the street as he tackled me, holding the knife. A sound I didn't know I was capable of making. But the adrenaline was coursing through my veins now. He had the knife in his right hand and plunged it down towards my face. And the only thing I could do was put my hand in the way. I screamed in pain as the guy was on top of me.
He's literally just explaining a robbery at this point.
Knife clean through my hand, in between the knuckles of my middle and index fingers, to be specific.
Right
I
there.
started to push back, and realizing how much stronger I was than him.
Oh, well, push back on the knife.
The tip of the blade was about
I pushed. The knife went into my eye.
5 inches from my face, and then a miracle happened. I heard the voices of a group of people yelling.
Hey, stop!
Hey,
Accompanied
boy,
with their
come on, boys. Let's give this guy a rapscallion beatdown.
fast-running feet towards me on the tarmac. The guy's grip on the knife was weak suddenly, and he looked behind himself, clearly seeing the group approaching. They shouted again, yelling,
Get off him!
and he jumped off of me.
Beat the shit out of
Unfortunately
him.
for me, he took the knife with him and ripped it out of my hands as he jumped to his feet and swiftly ran into the nearby woods. There were 5 people in total who came to my rescue.
How many times do we have to tell you, old man?
2 of them initially chased the guy into the woods before I shouted.
No, he has a knife!
And hearing me say this, they let him go and started to call the police. This incident changed me for the better, and I wake up every day appreciating everything in my life.
That's not a knife.
After the incident,
This is a knife. That's a spoon.
I was rushed to the hospital and I had surgery to reattach the nerves in my hand 2 days later. The guy who attacked me is in prison now for attempted murder.
Well, he's probably better off in prison. They get 3 meals a day and their own bed. It wouldn't surprise if you're down on your luck and you know you're probably not going to come back up. Just commit a petty crime, something that gets you locked up for 2 or 3 years. Don't take my advice on that, guys. If you're down on your luck, there's always a bit different way out. Okay, don't listen to what I just said.
Police showed after the incident within 5 minutes, and full credit to them. They found the guy hiding in the woods, still holding the knife behind a tree, and they managed to subdue and arrest him on the spot. He was on a cocktail of drugs, and he openly admitted to the police that he fully intended to kill me if he had the opportunity.
We did a
This
shit
incident
job about
was
it.
simultaneously the best and worst thing that ever happened to me. The best, because I appreciate life so much more now. I talk to those I love every single day. All life is precious. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, and we are all mortal. Stay safe and alert, and do not waste a moment,
Hey, don't worry,
as you don't know who's going to be waiting around the corner.
We can't do anything, can we? We're all locked down. It's all good. We're safer than ever, kind of. Ironically, are we safer than ever? I don't know. Who knows? You know. Jew knows. Have I had any encounters like this? I've told the story before about me and Ryan at the bus stop. There's a guy with a beard who's had like green like coat on, and he had like he was doing this, like he was holding one like coat sleeve like that, or like coat half, and then he was holding something underneath, and he was just walking straight at us like, and he was just mumbling like, and then me and Ryan just went, we're bolted, mate. We ran. We just ran. We got out of there. That was it. We were gone. We're not taking any risks. We're not scared to look like pussies. At least we're alive. I'm not going to turn around and go, stop right there. Take this and this, and then get killed. I'm not risking that. Because it was around the time where like people were just being like attacked with knives around the country. It was a weird time. That was a good story, man. Go subscribe to Llama Arts.
What? Come on, then, let's